Yo, what's up guys? My name is Blackybear and today we're on a friend's account, Loy01, and I helped him build his first Lair team a bit ago, and he has been farming, and now he came to me and asked me, can you go through my runes, sell what is garbage, and rune up some of my units for PvP teams, so I have a good idea what I can use. So first off, we are going to go into the runes and we're going to go through all the runes and see what is good, what is bad. I must say, I need to make sure that I have a clue of what I'm dealing with, because he's like, it's a different account than mine. Obviously, I'm far ahead, so I need to make sure that I make the right decision on selling runes, because what I would normally sell on my account is different to what I would sell on another one account, but it's something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna just do this. Um, I'll just do time lapse basically, so you guys can get to see a quick overview what happens, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, as you guys have seen, I sold a lot of runes, about 100 or so, and I started re-runing a lot of units. Basically what I started out first is upgrading the Lair team, and I figured that the Holy Swordsman could get some better runes. So I got 3 conflict runes on it, and this one is rolled out really good. We have this rune which is pretty decent, nothing special though, but it has crit and it's an attack slot. This rune is kinda mediocre in some sense, but it has attack, it has crit, it has some innate attack, so it's not bad at all. This rune crit damage is quite nice, only because of innate attack and crit rate. And then we have this rune which has some good crit rate, but that's about it. Didn't have a better slot there right now. And they have a good attack rune with crit damage. It can be improved, but for now this will do well. I think you can max out some of the good slots. Only max out 2, 4 and 6, and only plus 12 to 1, 3 and 5. So we also try to improve the team on Lair, and what you need to do is basically get your Eve ready, because this is the team you can start running now. With the leader skill of Eve, you have, I dropped out Celine, and basically the focus needs to still lie on maxing out Jungle Art and Golem. If you want to be 100% safe, this skill needs to be maxed out as soon as you can. Try to get every Golem you can find with every summon, and then this team will be 100% safe. Now it might end up not being 100% safe. Use that skill on Elven Queen. Eve is definitely going to help you. Right now I ruined up Eve, which pretty decently. Like, this is not a terrible rune. This is a great rune. Sadly, it went into attack, but it's still a good rune. I got her on crit rate because I needed her to do some more crit damage. Sorry, some more crit, but I did not have a good crit damage rune and still have enough crit. But this skill will really easily go a long way, because she will get so much. And this is basically what I would start running now. This druid is on not on his heal. Now I think it will even be safer. But main thing to do, get Eve up to 6-star and awaken her, or evolve her, I think it's called. And then this team will go the distance. At some point you can throw away your Succubus in this team and substitute her for a second Holy Swordsman, or a Bone King if you ever get him, or an Arcanist. You can substitute the Succubus for more damage, and then this team will even be better. So yeah, this is still going to be the main focus of the whole account, still, to get this team better, faster and greater. And if the Golem is max skilled and Jungler is max skilled, you can substitute Succubus out, do another extra damage dealer. I would suggest Arcanist, and then just go from there. Then try to get more Holy Swordsman build up for a faster Lair team, and work on the account to get more runes, more conflict runes, more better stats. Everything will make it easier. So I have been checking other things. So after this run we'll go into Colossus and Leviathan for the 2 teams that I think you can run right now. But I must say, it's kind of something you shouldn't focus on. Do not go to Colossus or Leviathan at all for now. Just stick to Lair and keep farming Lair, because that's where you will improve the most. When you finally get to a point where you actually have all the units on conflict runes and all that, you can start thinking about going into back into Leviathan and back into Colossus and all that. But this will skyrocket your count, and if you go Colossus and Leviathan, you will just slowly progress, and it's not going to matter too much. While this is really impacting every lair run you do is going to be impactful. Okay. So Catacombs, we'll go over it quick. For C12, I thought this would be a useful team. Right now I'm running the Archmage in here, but I could imagine that this team might not survive all that. But I think this is the best setup I can think of, and we'll go through it. The only problem with this team right now is like the rune quality needs to go up a little bit, and some of the units have good runes but need to be upgraded. Some of the units need some better substitute runes, but overall the team is very well, performs quite well, but on the boss stage I think it's not 100% safe. So that's definitely something that has some improvement to be made, but I think this is a good team you could focus on. The reason I have Blizzlord here is because he can kind of finish it off. Shaman obviously is there for the curse and the armor break and the attack break. And Archmage is there to do nuke down some of the units, and especially the buff with Mana Blade, but obviously I cannot time it correctly because you're not there yet to do such kind of things. Medusa is just to control the towers and get some more dots up. So let's see if we can get a curse going before Mana Blade. That would be awesome. So Voodoo Curse is up. I'm taking quite some damage. Let's hope we can... no Mana Blade. Maybe we can do it now before he goes. That would be awesome because he will die. Okay, he didn't die yet. But he should die as soon as he moves. There we go. So this team will work better the more improvements you make. Simple as that. And for Leviathan, you could run the same, but I noticed that it did Leviathan boss, if you don't control the eyes, the boss eyes, you're kind of in trouble. So if you want to be safe, this is the team you should do, because then you're always gonna make it. It's gonna be a little bit slower, but it's gonna work either way. So as you can see, it's not super fast because we use a Selene. But you can substitute Selene out for anything else and it will work unless the towers are not controlled, because then you will fail, and that's kind of like where Selene is in. But if you remove Selene and put like a damage dealer in, the run will be faster, but there's a chance of failing. I would suggest eventually to get even, and then instead of this skill, use this skill, because that will do massive damage. But that's for later use. Okay, now we go into Arena. Arena is actually where I've been working on as well. Like, I got built up the following defense. So this is the defense I use, and it is how can we show the... Okay, well, I cannot really see, but these are the skills are locked in. But I want to show you the runes. Let's see. Okay, let's just go into here and show you the runes. So Alpha Queen hasn't been changed. She is still on Berserk. The reason why she's on Berserk is basically those runes were giving me a decent amount of speed, and the extra turning and getting more immunity is quite nice. You could swap. What I did on defense is using this skill instead of that, because this is not doing that much. Well, this is pretty much great. It's not bad though, because it gives max HP. Then we got Draconian Princess, obviously for the extra damage. Each time they crit on you, you get more attack boost, so your team will move faster, and the strip. So she has some hit because she has a strip, and she has quite a bit of health. No speed, but she doesn't need that much speed. Yes, it would be beneficial if she's a bit faster, but I focused mainly on HP. She's also on Berserk, because those runes apparently were the most best runes that I could find for her. But her hit and high HP, that's where I focused on. A little bit of crit damage and crit rate, but it's just kind of lucky to get it on. She's a great unit, definitely good to use. You could decide going to use Abyss Lord on defense, but she's really weak when it comes to ignore defense skills or stuff like that. So I went with the Destruction Idol. And I built him a little bit different than you would go, because I didn't go full HP. What I did was 2 weld sets, so I got a lot of crit, a speed rune, and some runes with high crit damage. So he does quite good damage actually. He crits a lot, does good damage, and he has a decent amount. So he's kind of your DPS unit. This rune can be maxed out because it's quite nice, and you could gain some more HP from this slot here, which is definitely worth upgrading. So that is the defensive set, which is also something you can run in Apex. Let's see, Apex. There we go, defense. So let's trade off some of these teams. So first team will be Celine, Elven Queen, and you. Second team, we can do something like let's see. I want a speed lead. That will be you, and Sakura. So it's more of a control team. And the last team, you don't really have a great option for the last team. So what I would suggest is something with the units that are actually runed up. So you are pretty decent. He is, she is, and then the Rock Golem. It's a weird team, I understand that. But the thing is, these are actually roomed up correctly, like decently, right? An Archmage on defense here is not really useful. Yeah, you could go with this guy, Fallen Angel, but that is the teams for Apex, and this is gonna be your offense. So let's find a level 50. This is what I use as offense. Okay. Basically, I made your Windwalker your fastest unit. There are options to make her even faster, but I haven't put all the fastest rune on her because I needed Swift, obviously, and I didn't want to take away a good set to make him fast. But she often moves first. Basically, you put up immunity and everything, and then armor break, and then you shouldn't run Mana Blade, but you should run the Reflect Blade. But now I can just basically go in, and he cannot really do, and I can speed up my team, kill one unit, do a shield, and I'm very protective, control them, And it's all real easy win basically from here on out. With a few bonus turns is never bad. As you can see, we actually do well, really well now. So this team, the reason it's not insane yet is because of basically this guy is not maxed out on his runes. But if he is, that's amazing. But what is even better, instead of using him, you could run. This is another great show to show it on. Yeah, for example, I don't. Yeah, this is not so fast. So what I would do, but she's obviously not made 50%. She is gonna be. This is gonna be your offense, man. This is probably the best you can do right now. Sometimes you might wanna still use, for example, the Archmage, but Eve seems to be the best unit to use here. So we buff immunity, so we're all safe. We break their armor, and right now I have the wrong skill because I cannot AoE. We'll just hit their speed unit. It's one down. Get another turn. Try to kill this guy. He's down. Sleep these guys. And go for the kill on you. Put a shield on. So I want to go back and get the right skill on her to show you what kind of damage you can really perform, like how good this team can perform. But this is definitely an offense that that will give you some good wins. Obviously I'm trying to find level 450s to show you it. So this guy has a dialogue, that's pretty hard to deal with. But let's see. So for example, in this case, I wouldn't do this. I would go with Archmage. Reason being, he has very tanky units, and the Archmage is better at dealing with those tanky units. I would normally go with Judgment Blade, because that is extra protection for the Archmage. And as you can show, I'm going to show you the runes. This can be upgraded. This can be upgraded for a crit damage rune if you find the crit high enough, because it's a bit too low now, and this can be upgraded. There's a lot of room for improvement for the Archmage. So this team can definitely really do well later on as well. So let's have a look. We go in, we buff immunity anyways, and we do AoE armor breaks. Shit, didn't get the right one. We're gonna hit him anyways. He's gonna move. I'm actually gonna move before him again. Let's try and kill. Oh, that was stupid. They all counter attack, obviously. Yeah, that was stupid. Control you. Slow you, I guess. Hit him again. So let's try this again. We're not gonna win that. I made a mistake there. Was it off? Was it? So there's also another option, and this is something I've yet to be tested. But you could also go with this girl and with this guy, and this team. I'm not 100% sure if it works as well, but this team is kind of grindy and killing them with control. But it feels like a good option as well. You might not want to use it on every team, but this seems like a great option because it's kind of full control. For example, I can just now do this because they're not going to move. And we can do armor break. Okay, we've got only armor break on one, but that's okay. We now boost him and do the voodoo curse. start hitting him. And I should have done the AoE there, but that's okay. And he is about to die. We protect ourselves, do an AoE. Let's go for you. So 1 down, we speed up again. I should have done that on him, but that's okay. Because I think with a bit of luck I can take him out before he even moves. Buff attack and shield, and they are out of commission. As you can see, this is a pretty strong team because they haven't even moved. They haven't even moved once, and they're just dying from all the control. So this is also a team that I really think it's valuable for you to use. So let's go into Apex for a short while, and let's actually check the lock defense skills on the units we own. I think go with that. Wait, maybe, no, yeah, I don't know. This is correct. She needs to be on that and this or that. That's okay. It's not a big deal when he's on. He's correct. She should be on that. He needs to be on these skills. He needs to be on immunity. And this is correct. So in Apex offense, let's have a look. I think for offense, you could run the team that I just used is actually very strong, I think. Yeah, so this is a team you could use. Then you want a tanky team that can kill with you in there. And we can use this girl because she will dispel as well. And then for the last setup, we could, let's see, we could do Draconian, you and you, and this guy. And I would personally use immunity here on offense, but then there's no heals, so it's a mess. It's kind of messy. I don't know where to use her really. The last team I don't know yet what you should do or what you shouldn't do, but the first two teams seems to be very good. I think you could also run a healer there, but let's see. This team, we could do it like that, and let's see what we do. We win. That's good. Next team, depends on how fast he is. 212. We are faster, so we can definitely kill that. And this team, can we tank it out? I think so. So there we go. This is a very tanky team, but has no immunity, and this is a DPS. So this, I'm gonna show you this actually without Blitz for one moment to see how it works, you know, so you get a good understanding. Hey, what's happening? So I get speed boost, I get immunity, I control the team, they get buffed up, they get controlled again, and attack gets down. And we start to just AoE and down, 1 down. Next guy, probably down. They die so quickly because of the voodoo curse. It's really insane. And I break that attack, I do so much to kind of hold them at bay. There's not much the enemy will do to defeat this team. Unless you cannot get the lead on them or they use immunity, then it's a setup you cannot use. But as you can see, it works really well. Now the second team is basically based on surviving. So the shield, they have some shield runes to survive, and as you can see, they did all the damage and are still in the game. And the idea is that we just out tank them. We get more hits, but the golem kind of reduces it. That was one-shot kill there, really nice. They're still trying to kill us, but there's no way. It's kind of sucked that she has a weak defense. Sorry, a heal break, but that's okay. He's relatively strong anyways. And there we go, another kill. So this is how this team works. I would suggest what would make this team maybe better is using an immunity druid here, but then you don't have an option for the like what could be better is like using it like immunity druid like that, because this will cleanse everyone and then she heals, so you move more. That's also a great option. So right now we can do it like this, but I think the druid is relatively slow because of Lair. Well, she is a bit faster, so I'd rather use her. She's just overall better. So we can definitely out-tank this unless this is on heal. That's not on heal. And we can control this to that. And there we go. Morty. Out-tank that. There we go. Think we can out-tank the upper. Yep, there we go. This guy is having no heals, but I think the lower one is easier to kill. Let's try that. There we go, we still won. So you can see that this is pretty effective, and these teams you have can be so much upgraded. Let's control the up team, the second team down. We should be able to kill eventually. There we go. And then the last two. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. I think I still will go for this girl because, yeah, I will take some damage, but after that I will hopefully go. It's gonna be tough. Ah, there we go. Weapon X. Out. Try to tank these. Try to survive that. Bam. Full list clear. And okay, this is not maxed out. Let's try to do the hardest ones, because these guys have the best. Okay, this guy is probably way faster than you. What should we do? I think this team can be controlled unless he runs immunity. There we go. We still win. This guy has no full team. This guy definitely try to tank this. Try to kill that. And there we go. As you can see, these teams work and you can improve. So last but not least, the end of the things you need to do. Get your swordsman, holy swordsman, to upgrade these runes. Maybe not these exact runes, but I mean, for example, if you find a good crit damage rune from conflict that could be runed up here, and you max him out. For now, we think it's fair. Get him skilled up, get his passive skill up, and get her skill up as well. Also, if you want to improve your build your Eve and upgrade these runes to max skill. This maybe not, but these two are definitely worth upgrading, because this is a legendary you could reroll eventually, and this is just a good enough rune. It's not insane, but it has good stats. So that's it, man. I hope you enjoy your account. I haven't runed up these two guys, but they're definitely worth it. This guy is definitely worth runing up. I will unequip those runes right now, and I'll put them in storage that I haven't runed up, so you have a good idea on what I did. But I would focus on these units that you have right here now, and I would add these two to your roster to build up. So then you're basically good to go. Maybe add the Lich as well for a farming unit, for farming Blackpool Hills as fast as possible, and you're on the good road, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope everyone learned something out. It's definitely a video for Lloyd, so that's why it's quite a bit longer, but yeah, enjoy and learn from this video.